Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Q&A with Blue Ladder FP. My name is Omar Aguilar, founder of Blue Ladder Financial Planning. In today's episode, I answer yet another question sent in by some of our social media followers. And as a reminder, if you send in a question of your own and it gets used on this channel, you are entitled to a $25 Amazon gift card. So with the holidays coming up and Christmas especially, that just means more money for more presents, right? Let's go ahead and read the question, see what it says. Today's question reads, I moved jobs a while back. I had a 401k there, and I don't know what happened to it now that I'm no longer working for that company. Does that money stay with the company because I know they were putting money in for me, but so was I? The reason I selected this question is because I literally just read an article that stated that there are $1.3 trillion in old, forgotten 401k balances. In today's age, people move jobs quite often. It's not like 60, 70 years ago where we stayed with one company for our entire working careers, right? So this happens more and more in today's world. The short answer to this question is that no, your company, your old company, does not get to keep that money, at least not the portion that you put in. However, the portion that they put in, well, you might not be entitled to all and maybe just some of that money. Why is that? A lot of companies have what's called a vesting program. What's a vesting program? Well, it's designed to retain employees for a longer period of time. For example, a company that I worked for had something similar to where if you worked there for 6 years, you were entitled to 100% of the funds they provided you. However, if you left after year 2, you were only entitled to 20%, year 3, 40%, so forth, until you reach year 6 and you got to keep 6%. Just imagine if you're thinking about leaving on year 5, and if you wait one extra year, you get to keep a lot more money. What would you do? It would at least make you think twice before leaving the company, right? So, vesting program, that's what it is. So let's say you give them a call and you say, hey, what part or what portion of that money am I entitled? You're always going to be entitled to your portion, but what about theirs? Let's say that you satisfied your vesting program or there was none, and you get to keep all of the money in that balance. What next? What are some of your options? I know that that's not what the question asked, but that would be the next step that you would have to ask yourself. What next? Well, you're going to have 4 options. Option number 1, you're going to cash it out. By far, my least favorite option. Why is it my least favorite option? Because when you withdraw from a retirement account, you're going to create a taxable event. Not only that, but if you're under the age of 59 and a half, you're going to have a 10% early withdrawal penalty. I don't know about you, but I am not wanting to pay, I don't like to pay Uncle Sam, the IRS, a penny more than what I have to. And in this situation, not only are you paying more taxes, but you're also paying them a 10% penalty fee. Not something that I like. Option number 2, you can leave it where it's at. More than likely, it's being invested and it's going to grow over the long period of time. But you really don't have much control over the investment, over any contributions, because you can no longer put money in there. So not one of my favorite options either. If you ever needed to access that money for whatever reason, you're going to have to knock, knock. Hey, old company that we may not have ended things well, can I have some of my money? Not a call that I want to make. Okay, so you can leave it there. Not my favorite. Option number 2, let's say you're working again. You are employed, have a new 401k, and you're making contributions, like making contributions to it. Well, you can simply roll over those old 401k funds into your new 401k. I like this option better than the previous 2 because you're contributing and you have more control, more access. If you ever wanted to access those funds, you can give your HR department a call, or hopefully they have a website where you can do it all online without having to call anybody. All right. So more control. And then you have option 4, one of my favorite options. You can move that money, you can roll it over from your old 401k into an IRA. Why do I like this? Because you get the most control and the most options. And I like that combination. With your old 401k and with your new 401k, you're going to have about 15 to 20 different options of different investments that you can choose from. And more than likely, at least one of them should match whatever you're trying to achieve. However, imagine having thousands of different investment possibilities. You want Fidelity mutual funds? Great, you can have that. You want Vanguard ETFs? Yeah, check. You can have that. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Berkshire stocks, you can have that in an IRA. All right. So the investment options are almost limitless. Control? Yeah. If you ever needed to have access to those funds can be deposited into your bank account in 2 to 3 business days. All right. So definitely more control. And that's why I like this option as well. You said something that's key in your question. And you said that your company, your old company, contributed on your behalf. That contribution that they made is in traditional dollars, meaning those dollars have not been taxed. And now this could be a conversation for a different story, for a different episode, but you can do what's called the conversion, meaning we grab those traditional dollars that have not been taxed and we convert them to Roth dollars. This move potentially could save you thousands of dollars in tax, or can have tax benefits, thousands of tax dollars in benefits later in the future. So I like that also. And well, I hope that this answers your question. I know I went a little bit deeper than what you were expecting, but I wanted you to have those options and know what those options are once you realize that that money is yours. All right. So remember, this is not a specific recommendation to anyone. Everyone's different. So what applies to one person may not necessarily apply to the other. If you have any questions, reach out to a professional. Could be me, could be someone else. Just do it. And as always, hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.